Might need to change the song because that's in the background or turn it down. Hold on, remote control. Give me 1 second here. You know what? I'm gonna put my song on right quick. Hey guys, what's going on? Because that way I know that I don't have to worry about any rights or anything like that being owned. So anyhow, I'm just kicking it in my room. I just want to kind of give y'all guys an update on my two boyfriends. You see them anywhere, no, but there's someone here with me. So anyway, long story short, um, long story short, the first guy that I started out with, that's my baby. Like only thing with him, it was like initially I wasn't really attracted to him at all. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, but he just wasn't really my type. So anyhow, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, guys. He wasn't really my type, but over a short period of time, it didn't take no time, and I like fell in love with like his personality and how he treated me. And it became very authentic and genuine the way I felt about him because he literally. I mean, this man was he just treated me like a queen. Like he really made me feel like a queen and let me and showed me my worth and value. No one has ever in my life treated me so good, ever. So with that, um, it kind of raised my standard a lot in the treatment that I'm willing to accept from people, or from people, period. I wouldn't say from a man, but just from people in general. Um, so again, but the only thing was like the physical aspect really wasn't there, and I think that's what opened the doors for me to allow another guy to come in who could probably give me a little bit more of that, I guess, physical satisfaction. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just making. I'm on YouTube. Gotta keep it cute. Gotta keep it discreet. So anyway, matter of fact, I'm gonna turn this way. So when he does come out, you don't have to worry about interrupting the video. So anyhow, getting back to what I was talking about. Um, it became like I don't know. I just want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on that and what made me. I always explained to him. I was always honest with him and straight up and upfront with him about how I felt. But even though like I still gave him that title because he was the only person that actually deserved it and I felt deserved to be around me and in my presence. I mean, this man like literally like come out the shower and he'll have a towel laid out for me like without me having to ask. I didn't have to ask anything. My slippers be down there on the floor ready for me to when I get out of the shower, or if not, like if I walk from the shower to the bed, he's waiting on the bed with a towel to wipe my feet. All that he really treated me like a queen, and I really I had never experienced that before, and I just fell in love with it. I mean, I didn't touch no doorknobs. I didn't never touch the doorknob, none whatsoever, because he didn't allow me to. I couldn't even like, I was driving my car, I had to unlock my door just for him to open that door for me. Like and it was genuine. It was because he wanted to do those things for me. And but again, I I don't know. Some people might call me selfish or call me greedy or whatever, but for me, the like I said, the physical thing wasn't there. And for me, I feel like this is my life. I feel like it's about me. And if you get with it or get lost, and I'm gonna be straight up and honest with you about it, and let you know, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I want, this is what I do want. You can get it with it or get on board or get lost, not to come across. I don't want to come across like people are just so disposable because that's not the message I'm trying to send out because I don't feel that way at all. I really value our friendship because for me, I felt as though like our friendship was more um, like that was the first. Actually, I want to say this too. This was the first relationship that I had that was not based on sex. You know what I'm saying? It was not based on sex. Like it wasn't the sex that like kind of drew us together. It was more like the friendship, you know, because um, we bonded really quickly, and I started to care for him really, really fast because he's epileptic as well, and you know, I had to experience him having a seizure, and that was my first time ever seeing that, experiencing that. And like we're laying in the bed next to each other, asleep, and he's like got his arms around me, and then all of a sudden, he just seizes, and I'm just like, baby, I was so motherfucking scared, honey. Whew, I was shaking just as hard as his ass was, honey. I was so scared I couldn't even dial the damn number, child. To call his sister or call his family members and stuff like that, and so that was a whole experience in itself. And of course, I took him to the hospital and all these things, and it was just a mess, and um, and then that happened a couple more times, having to experience him going through seizures, and that was like really heartbreaking to see him have someone you care for have to go through that. So, but it did give me a little, educated me a little bit on that situation and how to handle it. Um, but it was really difficult. So I think that the bond grew really quick, really fast because like for me, I was just there for him. Even like his family wasn't even able to be around or be able to make it because we're in Atlanta, so Atlanta's pretty big. And, everyone's all spread out, so it's like you know, I was there, and end up finding out about his, excuse me guys, my contacts was like kind of messing with me, but kind of got the opportunity to find out about like his medications, and I had to do some research, doing probably more research than him and his own family was doing, just so I can understand the side effects and know like what I can like. If, for example, I think once he came out of the hospital and he has to take his medication every day, and he's like, oh, I have a headache, and all I had was the Theraflu, and there was something in the Theraflu that didn't mix well with his medication, and just having to be there and talk with the nurses and stuff like that. So for me, I felt that the bond was very strong, and I know for me, I definitely invested a lot of myself, um, but again, that for me personally, that physical attraction was not there. But that didn't matter to me, because my love I felt for him or how I felt about him transcended all that. But again, I still wanted my. People might say I wanted my cake and eat it too. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong in this situation. I would never um, deny or not take my own responsibility in a relationship or in a situation. Is what I mean. So I'm thinking like so anyways, I met someone else. But again, like him and I, like I'll be honest and open about it. We we would, have a third party come and, join us, and all three of us would enjoy ourselves or whatever shenanigans we wanted to get into, we did it. You understand? And he was okay with it and I was okay with it. But it had to be like I said, it's about me, you know, it's about my way or the highway. I'm willing to compromise, but it's about me. At the end of the day, and I fucks with him because he's about me. And that's something I had to learn. That's something I had to cultivate within myself. That I have to put myself first. And I try to say that, but still, I like to express that it's not about being selfish. It's more about having self love, and like just like when you're on an airplane and they say secure your air mask before you reach over and secure the child's air mask. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of yourself first, make sure you're good to be able to make sure another person is good. But like I said, it's something I have to learn, something I have to cultivate within myself because that's a whole nother video. We'll get on that because those of you who don't understand that, I would love for you to understand that because it's a life lesson. It took me however many years to learn that. So okay, next on to the next subject. So the other guy comes in. anybody that I talk to, they always know about my, the guy I'm dealing with, because for me, I felt as though he's gonna be there. There's nothing any one of y'all can do. Bring it, no matter how cute y'all are, how much money y'all got, that's gonna be able to take him away, because y'all cannot live up to the standard, or the how can I say, I don't know. Yo, I'll say the shoes that you wouldn't be able to fit his shoes with that. Like no one in the world that I've ever been with has ever treated me as good. So it didn't matter to me. I didn't really care. But this guy in particular, he was like open to. He's like, okay, well, I don't mind, dating you, and all of us dating or whatever. So I presented it to them. I don't want to say no names, guys. So please try to follow me when I say I'll say boyfriend one, thing one, and thing two. No, I was just joking. Boyfriend one, boyfriend two. Um, so boyfriend two comes along, and I don't know. I think boyfriend one probably got a little, I don't know, intimidated, or I don't know if he got tired of it. I don't know, but he walked away. You know. Um, of course, I feel I miss him very much. Of course, um, how can I say? I'm not gonna allow myself to be in a state of like sadness and longing. I'm not gonna allow myself to be there because I've been there too many times. And my thing now is, I allow a person into my life so that they can share my experience with me, so that they can, or we can share our experiences and share worlds. And if a person decides that they want to walk away, then love is, I feel like love is not gonna try to hold on to something. Like they say, what do they say? Love, if you love and let go, and I don't know, something. You understand what I'm saying? Like you love someone, you let them go, and if they return, then it's real or whatever. But yeah, I didn't make a big fuss. I didn't scream or yell. I told him, because I told him because this was a unique kind of relationship, something I never experienced before. Um, and I am so grateful to God that I was able to experience it, because I've never felt like all aspects of love for one individual. It was like very, very complex. Like, you have love for love for a friend, love for a puppy or your pet. You have love for your boyfriend. You have love for a family member, your best friend, and all those are different types of love. But for me, I felt all that love was encompassed just in that one individual, and I've never experienced that. So I loved him enough to tell him, you know, if whatever, because my intent, I told him like my intentions are never to hurt you or do anything that to um, make you feel like you're less than. I want you to, you know that you're great, you're the best, and all these things. Um, And I told him, I'm like, this was even before the other guy came along. I told him, seriously, if you feel as though you're not, this relationship we have is not fulfilling you, then not suggest, I want you to walk away, for yourself. Don't hold on for me. Hold on. If it's not fulfilling you, if it's not, and I told him, I'm like, I'm telling you this, like I would tell my little sister. Because all I have is three sisters. I would tell give that same advice to my little sister. I have to take myself outside of the relationship and love you enough to give you advice that is coming from unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you all day, oh no, everything's perfect, everything's fine, and convince him to stay with me, but that wouldn't be real love. I don't think so. Um, and I know he doesn't understand uh, um, some things about how I approach the relationship, and some of my ways of being. But for me, I really believe that I genuinely, care for him. I genuinely love him, and his argument or his rebuttal will be, well, if, and a lot of people's would be, um, You don't need to be sleeping with other people or talking to other people or whatever. Um, and there was, he's like saying, I don't know. I'm explaining to him that for me, I feel like there's a, how can I say, everybody have everybody, have love a certain type of way. Everybody loves requires um, something specific in love. So, you know, everybody loves different. Everybody requires different in love. So, which for me is stating that I don't know. Everyone is different. Everybody has certain expectations, um, certain labels. You have we place expectations on people. We place labels on people, and we have like an idea of what the perfect girlfriend or the perfect boyfriend would be, and then so we got that label. Then we have the expectations that we place with the label, and then when that person doesn't meet up to the expectations, then that's when we become disappointed, and that's when we become hurt and all of those things. But you have to understand that we really do that to ourselves because we place expectations on a person that probably doesn't even have it in them to be able to do the things that you want them to do, as you label them as this, this thing, this label that you put on them. And I don't know, it just kind of becomes, that's when it becomes difficult. The labels, the titles, and the expectations. But once you get to a point where you can communicate clearly, and are on the same page and understand one another, I think that's when things begin to flow better. Because for me, like now, I'm like I don't, I love relationships. I think they're like the most beautiful thing in the world. But I also know that I'm okay by myself. I don't need to be like attached to anyone. I don't need to be. Um, I don't have to have a relationship. I'll be fine. I'm okay by myself, and I think that kind of state of being is kind of what has attracted this new type of energy to myself because like since I've been down here in Atlanta, every guy that has come into my world have been like they have been like really good to me, you know, and I try to be my best to them as well and give reciprocate as much as I can. I'm not gonna, I'm not the type of girl that's gonna take advantage of anything. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get on and talk about this because it was way heavy on my heart because I really do miss him. I can't say that I don't feel like I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I messed up. In the back of my mind, that's what it kind of what seems like or something like that. But I just don't feel like that's what I would call it because I don't know. I feel like I was being true to myself. I feel like being true to myself and that's why I can still hold on. And at the end of the day, I still have myself, and I still have my happiness because I didn't sacrifice my happiness to make someone else happy. And neither did he. And I'm proud of him for that. I'm happy for him that he had enough strength within himself to say, you know what, this isn't what I want. This isn't making me happy. So I'm not going to stand for this. Opposed to trying to, I mean, um, it could almost, make me a little emotional because I wanted him to get to that point because I felt as though, I mean, when I say I wanted him to get to the point, I want him to get to the point where he had enough self-love because I felt like when I met him, he was so like, he didn't love himself enough, and I'm like, and I told him like, you need to have more love for yourself, and because it took me a long time. I think that's probably what drew me to him too. Because at times I felt like I was a mentor to him. I felt like I had to look out for him because he wasn't even. Well, one thing, he was younger than me, yes. Two, like his stature was like not as big as me, and everyone's like, why would you why are you with him, you know? And I'm just like, well, he can't really offer me security, but it made me have to boss up. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm with him, I'm like, I have to be assertive. I'm not going, which to me is was like character building, like building my character. So when I'm in a situation to where most people would think that their man would step up and take charge or whatever. I felt as though I had to like step up because I'm not about to let nobody fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let nobody disrespect him. I'm not, so I had to, it forced me to boss up and be a little bit more assertive in my everyday life. And that's one thing that I felt like, it was character building. And for me, that's more valuable than having someone that's just going to do all the shit for you. And then, when you're by yourself, you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just wanted to. This video is longer. You know my videos. I don't like to make them too long, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I would love to hear you guys' comments. Tell me what you guys think about this, and please don't be too harsh on me because I know a lot of people probably don't agree with um, the position or the ideas that I'm expressing. But I'm definitely open to you guys' opinions and questions and comments. I'll try my best to get back with you. And I have not been looking at any of the comments as I've been speaking. I've just been just trying to go ahead and express all the facts and ideas so you guys can get a clear picture of what was going on. But oh yes, please, guys. There's an internet radio station called I think it's 106.3 in Atlanta. Um, Let me see. I think it's 106.3, 106.3 in Atlanta. Can't remember the name of it, but anyways, I have they're playing one of my songs. It's not my favorite song. It's not even on YouTube. It's not even on my YouTube channel. I'm really not, to be honest with you, I'm really not happy with that song completely. But I don't know the people that I'm working with. I might call my team member. Uh, they're just like so adamant on getting it out. But so it's out there, and that's the radio station that has it on rotation. They playing it a couple times a day, so y'all go tune in. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going to the do some interview at the radio station. I would love for you guys to tune in for that one too if you're interested. If you want to hear, I don't even know what the topic is. I just hope they don't carry me off or drive me up. Anyway, so that's that. I just thank you guys for hanging out, listening. Again, like I said, I would love to hear you guys' questions, comments, and advice possibly, or if you guys need some advice, please feel free to comment. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's your girl Selena. I think that's it. So I will talk to you guys later. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks again for hanging out with me. Talk to you later.